All right, so one of the more, not the one of the more, the most important thing about all of this unit is that you know these properties as good as possible. The better you know the properties, the easier it is to apply them, the easier it is to solve things. And a lot of the questions are going to be multiple choice questions where you have to, not necessarily true false like this, but where you have to actually go through and um, pick out things that either make it a rhombus or don't make it a rhombus, and that's very very hard to do if you don't know the properties. All right, now I know that we use our probably a lot of you just use the properties while you're doing things during the unit. That's fine. All right, but when we're on a time crunch on an assessment or something, we don't have just unlimited forever time. It makes our life a lot easier if we know at least a lot of the properties. All right, so if I go down through here, I'm going to do probably 3 or 4 of these all in one video because I'm just going to talk about um, why they're true or false. And I'm not going to bring up the reference sheet or anything like that, but you guys are more than likely to do the reference sheet, and that's fine. All right, what I would suggest you do is do all of this with the reference sheet maybe helping you, and then erase it all and do it again, or get another copy of it and do it again. All right, try to do it 2 or 3 times until you can do it without the reference sheet, or you can do most without the reference sheet would probably be the best thing to do. All right, so here we go. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. That's true because it is a direct property, all right, of a parallelogram. Opposite sides of a rhombus are parallel. That is true. This is a parallelogram property, all right. Opposite sides parallel is a parallelogram property, but a rhombus is underneath parallelogram on the tree, which means it shares all of its properties, all right. Diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. True, all right, because diagonals bisect each other is a parallelogram property, and a rectangle is underneath a parallelogram on the tree. Okay, and then number 4, diagonals of a square are perpendicular. True. Square has basically all properties unless it's like a made-up property. All right, so if it says anything about a square, typically it's true. All right, but why is this true? Diagonals perpendicular, that's a rhombus property. Okay, however, a square is underneath a rhombus, so that means that is also a square property. All right, and this is where if you know that tree, it's helpful. All right, I know basically, I'm going to click back to it here for a second. Actually, I don't think I had, oh no, here it is. All right, I'm going to click back to it. I basically use this property, this tree in my head here to kind of flow down through the properties. I know the properties, but when I'm trying to think about, does a square have a property of something? It has every property of everything from above it. All right, and that's the easiest way in my mind to do these things.